Fantastic work.
Welcome back, Guardians, and before we jump straight into this video, how about that Nova Bomb? How about that Nova Bomb you just seen? Wasn't it pretty damn awesome? I think that deserves a hit of the like button, to be honest. Please hit the like button, please. But let's jump straight into today's video. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about the Thorn, the quest line that is coming with it. Now, there's no actual proof or fact or anything to do with the released quest line of what it will be, but I wanted to talk about the previous quest line and how that might be the case again, and it might be coming back with the exact same quest line. So first and foremost, there was just a patch notes release for weapon tuning. I will link it down below in the video description, and the Thorn was announced to have a nerf on it which will reduce the base range by 25%. Now, I don't know if I actually agree with this. I do think that the Thorn can dominate from range that other hand cannons can't, but I feel like the Thorn is actually pretty not viable at the moment. Yes, it fires fast, but the damage that it does and its accuracy, like even though you can hit from range, sometimes the bullets when you're on target just miss completely and you're thinking, I just hit that guy, what happened? Regardless, it does decent damage. The burn over time now just is completely irrelevant, so I don't see the point in nerfing the gun. If anything, I would want to see it buffed because of the simple fact that the damage over time burn that the Thorn does is now going to be completely negated by the Memory of Silimar artifact, which reduces damage over time in the Crucible, so you're going to get a resistance to damage over time. It probably won't take it away completely, but the ticks are just going to be completely useless. It's going to be a gun where you don't just rely on the burn, which is like its main perk, so I would like to see that be buffed a little bit. The range, I kind of understand it. With Send it can be a little bit annoying, and the gun is annoying, but they could have just left it exactly the way it is right now. They did not need to nerf it, in my opinion, but that just is my opinion. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. Now, to move on to the quest line, I want to talk about the return of the Summoning Pits and Fogoth. In the Vidoc that was released a while back, they showed the new strike, the Wretched Eye, and they also showed the return of Sepix Prime with a Seaver infused theme, and then on top of that they showed Fogoth slamming the floor. Now, Fogoth is a Hive based strike. It's not a Fallen strike. It couldn't be reimagined into a Seaver strike. I know Hive are involved in the new Rise of Iron DLC, but in my opinion, I feel like they've brought this back for a specific reason, and that is the Thorn questline that used to exist. Let's just go through that quickly. Now, let me just put a disclaimer here. I do not want this questline to come back whatsoever. I think this was one of the most frustrating and challenging exotic quests or quest lines that just really cause a lot of frustration and anger, and I will tell you why in a little while. So first and foremost, the first part of the quest line was to complete the Summoning Pits on the moon. You could do it on any level you wanted, just get through and finish it. Secondly, you had to go to the moon and kill Hive enemies. You needed 500 points. A normal enemy was worth 1, a major was worth 20, and an ultra was worth 50. It was a grind, you know what I mean? You had to go out and put in a lot of work. Not too fussed, it wasn't too difficult, it was just time consuming. Now, the third part of this quest was the most annoying to a lot of people, to the point where people had to boost this to actually make it work. So you had to use void damage to defeat Guardians in the Crucible, and every death will slow your progress. You needed 500 points. Every kill you got with a weapon that had a void on or any sort of void ability, you would gain 5 points. But every death you had, you would lose 2 points. Now, with the special weapon ammo not being as apparent, you have less shots and less chance to get these void kills in Crucible, but the amount of deaths now that you would be getting like you did before, it would definitely outbalance not in your favor. So it'd be a lot harder to get these kills, because you could get 1 kill with a shotgun for the entire game but get 12 deaths, and you need to sustain a 0.4 void kills to death ratio to gain any sort of advantage or progress. So it's a very difficult challenge that most people had to boost in Rumble with a friend, because even assists didn't count either. So I hope this doesn't come back, especially with this part of the quest line. Then you had to obtain an infusion of light from the speaker. That will cost 1 mote of light. Then you went and spoke to Akora Ray, and then you were set to kill Zyor the Unwed, which was a level 26 instance of the summoning pits that came onto the moon only when you were at this phase of the bounty, and it had the epic modifier enabled and you couldn't use matchmaking, so you had to go in with some friends and get to Fogoth. When you got to Fogoth, he needed to be damaged enough to trigger more waves of enemies. On the third wave of enemies, she will come into the fight and you've got to kill her and then kill Fogoth, and then you go to the speaker and claim the Thorn. All in all, for a year 1 quest line, that was very typical. It was very grindy, very challenging, but things have changed now in the way you get weapons and such things. So I really hope that we don't see this quest line return, but with the return of the summoning pits as well and the return of the Thorn, it makes me think that we could see something similar, if not the exact same quest line. So what do you think about that, guys? What do you think about the Thorn being nerfed? What do you think about this quest line? Do you think it could come back in the exact same parameters, or do you feel like they're going to change it up and do a different new quest line? Hit me up down below in the comments and let me know. Thank you for watching this video. I have been Easy now, and you guys have been awesome. And what would be awesome is if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and of course that like button. You help me out so much with your support. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.